6 o'clock. It's Monday, February 27th, 2023, and we have a quorum present. We'll call this meeting to order. Denise is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
And Paul Mostella is going to read our board mission statement.
Tulosa Midway Independent School District educates every student to be a lifelong learner, personal integrity, and positive contribution to society.
Do we have any public comments? All right, we have a discussion and action item of agenda item number 1, discuss and consider mortarboard decorations at TMHS graduation ceremony on May 18th, 2023.
Madam President, members of the board, this is a trustee request to be placed on the agenda. It's also highly requested by our senior class. The high school wants to use this as a fundraiser to support grad night. Being an outsider and and being very sensitive to traditions and history of Tulosa Midway, I think it's very appropriate that the board make the determination whether we pursue this or not. So I bring it to you for your review and consideration.
I think it's a good idea, especially when they're going to tie it as a fundraiser to grad night, because that,
How is that? How
any
does it
help.
work? You have to pay to be able to decorate their.
Yeah, we have our high school principal, if I could allow him to,
Just walk in.
perfect timing.
So we have like a piece of paper with the top of the mortarboard kind of drawn in. The kids will give us their preliminary design. We'll check it to make sure it's appropriate. Doesn't have anything crazy on it. And then they'll pay $20 to wear it. All the profits go to grad night.
Okay.
We will experience some costs of probably buying about 20 just in case, because kids show up, maybe not with what they originally had designed, and we'll have to switch them out. But all the money will go to grad night, besides the money we have to spend on buying some extras.
I'm sorry.
It's all right, go ahead.
I have a question. There's a lot of kids that can't afford the $20. It's bad enough that they're spending bukus of money, or the parents are, for that evening, and then, of course, wanting to take their kids out for dinner or something at night. Do they have to participate with the $20? Is that the only way they can participate? Or why don't you just make it a donation type deal to where I think most of the kids would still pay the $20 as a donation, and it doesn't put a burden on anybody. That's my opinion, just saying.
We could certainly look into that. However, I believe the crux of it is our grad night fundraising has not gone as well as possible.
They need money.
So they're short.
Right.
So could we do some form of a sponsorship and maybe put that out to maybe sponsor some kids?
Right.
Or get
Some teachers would probably do that in the community.
We could lower the price to 15 or whatever it might be. 20 was just a nice
something that would help.
round number.
I think 20 is a good number, and then you put the communication addresses, like, when you do the communication, on as-needed basis, if people have financial issues, to reach out to.
And we can always, say, hey, that's fine, before you graduate, before you leave, before we release your, transcript or diploma to somewhere else, you have a fine to pay. We do that with cell phones all the time, for parents who can't afford to pay the $15 for their cell phone.
Well, I'll go ahead, I'll sponsor 5 kids, I'll put up $100 for those that can't afford it to have you,
Appreciate that.
so.
I'll match that.
So we've done like Adopt a Seniors in the past. I don't know if that started during COVID or when all that started, when we were helping kids pay for senior photos and all of that. I don't know if y'all remember that, but that was going on. You could adopt a senior and you would take them a basket filled with their goodies or their favorites or whatever. So I think definitely putting that out into the community and letting the community help the seniors out with their mortarboards would be great too. So I think we can find a way to make sure that any kid that needs help with that can get help. But I think it's awesome, and not just for this senior class, but every single senior class, because freshmen, 8th graders, 6th graders, they're already asking too, so.
Yeah. They are like,
So it's a one and done on our end, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Don't have to do it every year.
Well, they'd have to do it to change it back if they don't like it.
Yeah, if they don't like it. If they don't like it, yeah, change it back.
Does anybody else have a comment or have a discussion point, or?
I think it's a great idea, and these kids will like it.
I think so.
They keep asking every day. All right.
Madam President, members of the board, it is the administration's recommendation that the board approve decorated mortar boards to be worn at the Tolosa Midway High School graduation ceremony on Thursday, May 18th, 2023.
Do we have a motion for that?
I will proudly make that motion.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion by Ben and a second by Paul for the recommendation that the board approve decorated mortar boards to be worn at the TMHS graduation ceremony on Thursday, May 18th, 2023. All those in favor? No opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries 7-0.
Will you be able to tell those kids tomorrow?
Yes.
Tell them tonight.
They're watching. They're watching.
They probably are.
All right, our future meetings are tonight for our board training, right after this meeting, and then March 20th will be our regular called board meeting. Do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Make that motion, we adjourn the meeting at 6:06.
I'll second it.
Okay, boy,
Leo seconds it. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. It is 6:07 and this meeting is adjourned.